Hi there, I'm Amanda Rosen.
And I'm Alex Rosen, and this is Marketing with Moxie,
a podcast about sales and digital marketing for business owners and marketers.
Twice a week, we'll share tips, tactics, and strategies designed to keep you relevant, visible, and profitable.
Let's get to this week's episode. Welcome to our first episode of Marketing with Moxie. We wanted to spend some time introducing ourselves and letting you know what you can expect with this podcast, who this podcast is for, and what we're trying to accomplish with it. So let's kind of get straight in with the introductions. Okay, obviously we're married. We've been married for 13 years as of the recording of this episode. We've got 3 kids plus 4 fur children. Our non-furry children are a 7-year-old son, a 4-year-old daughter, and a 1-year-old daughter. And our fur children are 3 cats and 1 dog. So it's a very busy, loud household. Alex, why don't you first share what you do?
You forgot about the sea monkeys.
We don't have them anymore.
My wife flushed them down the toilet because she is a homicidal maniac. So I'm just going to say.
Okay, they were growing green fungus on the top of the water, and literally no one cared for them.
Yeah, they were really gross.
No one cared for them but me.
Okay, well, in terms of my career, getting back to things, I've been in sales for over a decade, and they currently call me a customer success manager, which is pretty cool. Sounds very corporate. They even call me a senior customer success manager.
Whoa.
So that makes me sound old. But I call myself a digital coach, which I think sounds really cool. Like I have a whistle that I can blow or something.
Is it a digital whistle?
It's probably a digital whistle. So it doesn't make that like whistling noise. It just sounds like...
It blows out ones and zeros?
Ones and zeros, yes, exactly. So I work in the publishing industry in particular, which is now more educational technology and courseware, given like the shifts in the way that education's being provided.
Nobody reads books anymore.
No. Or at least they're doing it digitally, or they're listening to the books on their devices. It's pretty cool. Or at least it's catering to different learning styles, because kids are changing these days. But per my title, I have a strong focus on consultative selling, actually. Instead of kind of pushing stuff, on people, we talk them through, what might be a good fit. We ask questions, open-ended. We'll go into a lot of that in future episodes. But we don't sell them on something and then just hope for the best for them. We teach them to fish rather than giving them all the fish. So I guess my philosophy I live by professionally is it's not just about selling individuals on something, but being consultative to make sure it's the right fit, and then being invested in their success journey. So seeing the fruits of labors in other people's growth.
But that's just your professional philosophy. Your personal one's totally different.
It's totally different.
It's the opposite of that.
Yeah, I hope for people's failures, actually. So I'm a terrible human being. I don't know. So we both are English majors, former
Yes.
English majors, but have since ventured out of the world of reading Faulkner novels. And so I did get a master's of teaching because I did want to be a teacher at some point, but I found that I liked teaching teachers a little more than that.
All right, great. I guess I should have said earlier on in the intro that we did meet in college. We were both English majors. My degree is in English literature, and Alex is in creative writing, neither of which really have anything directly to do with sales or marketing, but the skills that we learned definitely help in the careers that we have now. And what Alex isn't saying about his job is that he's always consistently a top-performing sales guy in his company, and he actually had his biggest year ever last year, totally blew the numbers out of the water. So he definitely knows what he's doing. All right, so I'll kind of switch gears now and talk about what I do. I have done many things I'm sure Alex has grown very tired of all the different jobs I've had over our 13 years of marriage. I've worked for small companies, medium companies, and even a Fortune 500 company, just on things like writing, marketing strategy, paid social, all types of things. But over the years, ultimately, what I realized is that I really enjoy combining organic marketing, or what's called inbound, meaning it brings people into your business. So it's like engagement starters, it's your content, it's your blogs, it's podcasts, episodes, all that kind of stuff. Combining that with outbound marketing, and outbound marketing are all the ads you see, everything that you send out into the world that advertises your business to people. I like combining the two of those rather than focusing on just one area, because I feel like in marketing, you really can't put all of your eggs in one basket, especially as a small business owner, because you need to be agile and you really need to be balancing those two sides of one coin. So as a result, the way I approach it is having an awesome organic content game, and then boosting what's working with paid social, and then also using affordable ads to kind of do audience testing and really uncover where your ideal client is and what they like. I don't really believe in spending ad dollars just for the sake of spending ad dollars.
So Amanda had the chance to be the North American Oral Care Operations Manager for Crest when they were launching their direct-to-consumer e-commerce site. And that was probably the biggest project she had the opportunity to work on, right?
Yeah, that was a pretty amazing project. It was very cool. Head to crestwhitesmile.com if you want to see what that looks like. I worked on that project for over a year as the operations manager. And it was really cool. All right, let's shift gears and talk a little bit about why we decided to make a podcast. Alex, why did we decide to even make a podcast?
Well, we really enjoy podcasts. We love listening and taking in information. We, quite frankly, think it's a great medium to learn. I feel, I'm an auditory learner, so I feel like there's a lot of other people out there that are able to gain new knowledge through simply, hearing what other people have to say and sharing the wealth of experience.
And one of the other reasons is we felt like we have a message that we want to share about how sales and marketing are integrated together, because it seems like so many business owners tend to focus on one or the other, or they silo those departments and don't really empower those departments to cross-collaborate. When you silo these things, it can really be detrimental to not only the growth of your company, but also to your customers, because I'll give an example of an experience I had with a client that I worked with. Whenever they would launch a new marketing campaign, they would never let the operations team know what was going on, and they sold a physical product. So that meant sometimes the physical product was in danger of going out of stock, which created a burden on customer service, but those two areas didn't necessarily know what marketing was doing, and so it impacted the sales process, and it just was sort of like a domino effect. And Alex feels strongly about this siloing thing as well, don't you?
Yes, so cross-departmental communication is the key, I feel, to success in any small business, corporation. It's all cogs moving, in a big machine to get the wheel moving, honestly. And I feel like when decisions are made, like on a product or the design of a product, let's say, for instance, but they're not hearing from the ground level, the people that are selling it, all of the feedback that they're hearing from customers, things definitely don't progress in the correct way or the right way to ultimately benefit everybody. So it's really all about figuring out how all of these different pieces work together in a cohesive way to triangulate the end result.
Which ultimately comes down to this thing of customer experience, which is not a new idea at all. but within the last couple years has really kind of become this thing, with a lot of people saying that businesses that focus on customer experience are going to be the ones that survive and thrive into the new decade and beyond. And I absolutely agree with that. Customer experience is at the core of the success of any business. It doesn't matter if you're small, if you're big. If you're not thinking of customer experience, you are probably going to be riding the struggle bus.
You will go the way of the dinosaur.
That's right.
For sure.
All right. So that's pretty much it. And so this really sums up our passion around the topics of sales and digital marketing, and really how they fall under that umbrella of customer experience, and really putting big emphasis on cross-collaboration, because ultimately it comes down to the fact that your campaigns won't work if something is broken in sales, and your sales won't work if something is broken in your marketing. So the two of these things together really must work together. And that's what we'll be covering in this podcast. And what we hope to accomplish is that Marketing with Moxie will become a resource of knowledge and practical tips that business owners can implement to help their sales and marketing become more successful and more integrated.
Which is why we chose the name Marketing with Moxie. And Amanda didn't want me to use this voice, but I'm going to go ahead and say, when you have Moxie, you're not afraid to try new things, see? You're determined. You're ready to get out there and experiment with strategies and tactics to really find what works.
That's Alex's 1920s gangster voice. You'll find that he has lots of different voices that he uses.
Terrible voices, but I'm trying.
When you have Moxie, nothing stops you from reaching your goals. It is actually a word that means you're determined, and nothing will deter you, which is a circular definition of saying exactly what I've just said multiple times over and over again.
And why do we have a fox in our logo?
I just really like foxes.
And I can't say no to my wife.
And also, they're very curious and clever, and
They're crafty.
very crafty.
They're sly.
They are sly, and they're determined.
They are. They get them critters. They're burrowing into the holes and stuff.
They do.
The Arctic foxes, if you ever seen one of those jump up and then it nosedives into the ice. It's really cute, but it's also awesome.
Is that from your time when you lived in Antarctica?
Yes. Little known fact, I am also a great adventurer, and I used to live in an igloo. No. Oh, okay, tried. Our humor is it doesn't always hit the mark.
Look, we're a mom and a dad, so we have a lot of mom and dad jokes around here. So if you're into that kind of humor, you'll find it funny. And if you're not into that kind of humor, you can fast forward those parts.
You can leave.
Or you can leave. You can exit.
Okay.
All right. So, and that's really the heart of all of this. You leaving.
No, it's not. Don't leave.
Just kidding. All right. So back on topic. Pretty much our entire approach to business strategy comes down to a willingness to get in the weeds and do the work of figuring out where is my customer experience lacking with my business? What do I need to do to improve my sales or my marketing, or what does that look like? So we're not really going to spend any time talking about vague ideas and vague theories, because plenty of other people already do that. We are going to share actual real-life tactics and strategies that we use ourselves in our own day-to-day businesses, and these are things that work for our clients and for our customers.
So here's what you can expect with the podcast. Every Tuesday, we'll share a tip. This will be a quick and easy episode, about 5 to 10 minutes. These will cover things like tech jargon, marketing speak, news blurbs, etc., anything that's relevant to increasing your sales and digital marketing knowledge. Then, every Thursday, we'll release our longer episodes. Not totally sure on the length of these, but probably between 30 to 60 minutes, depending on the topic. We'll really deep dive here and provide you actionable, practical information that you can apply in your business.
And when it makes sense, we'll provide other resources for you too to go along with the episodes, like free downloads for a checklist or a one-sheet reference or an ebook or something like that. And that kind of wraps up who we are, what you can expect on this podcast, and when the episodes will be dropping. So until then, make sure that you subscribe so you'll get those new episodes right away. You can also join our email list at marketingwithmoxie.com/subscribe. And if you do that, you'll get our weekly newsletter as well. And that pretty much wraps it up. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk again soon.